Hey everybody, we're back. It's me, Randy.
And Mari.
And we're here for another episode of Q&A número dos. We have some really fun questions today from a lot of our viewers, a lot of our subscribers, and we want to share them with you. A lot of interesting things. What do you see?
Yeah, they're not easy questions though. So
No, we got some real tough ones today. So we're going to do our best.
Yeah, we have a question actually from our first Q&A that we didn't get to. So we said we'd answer that in our second Q&A. So we're going to get to that one first. It's from Making It with the Matthews.
Hey, Making It with Matthews.
Hi guys. Saw that in your last video.
We share two cultures, Haiti and Dominican Republic. How do we integrate both cultures into day-to-day family life?
You need to improve your writing.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's just get this straight.
Okay, so he's Haiti, I'm DR.
Yeah, at least that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So, well, one thing that we do that we periodically is we have some ethnic cooking. I mean, you make your sancocho.
I make my plátanos and rice and beans and chicken. I also listen to Spanish music all the time. Bachata, we dance it. I teach my children how to dance.
Yeah, I mean, we also share time with our extended families. And in your case, you're surrounded by, Spanish-speaking people. And in my case, we go to my parents' house and we speak French. So the children get exposure that way. So we have some help with our extended families. Otherwise, it's whatever we can squeeze in and however we can, whether it's music, whether it's cooking.
Well, we also included in our vacations also, because you vacation in DR. I vacation in DR as well.
Yeah, we're going to have to make a trip to Haiti.
Yeah, we're going to have to. And we also celebrate the holidays because we're actually very Dominican in this house. So we do enjoy, the Independence Day, Dominican Mother's Day, which is coming up, hint, hint, and so on and so forth.
All right. Hopefully that answers your question. We have a question from someone who prefers to remain anonymous, which is fine with us. That question is, how do you influence adult children about healthy choices and habits? And I think one of the adult children kind of falls back to you. My kids are still young.
Yes, I'm the one with the adult children. So the first thing I do is I lead by example. I feel that children will emulate what their parents do. And so if I want my children to make healthy choices, then I have to make healthy choices myself. I don't just tell them do as I say and not as I do.
No.
So that's probably like my number one.
No, so you want them to make their beds. Well, you better make your bed too. Mm-hmm. That's a fair statement. You want them to eat vegetables. You better eat your vegetables too. And so we kind of think that that's probably the fairest way, leading by example. And I follow that religiously. I don't tell my kids to do anything that I wouldn't do.
I think that's pretty much how we do it.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Good with that?
Yep.
All right. Next question. What influenced you to create this vlog?
Yeah, so what influenced you to create this vlog?
Well, we both came up with the idea together, but I think a lot of it came from the simple fact that we both have tremendous histories that have been photo and video documented from our lives.
Yeah, even when we weren't together, we were both documenting. If you saw our last video for Mother's Day, I included a clip from when Max was 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I was recording and documenting our lives then.
That's true. And, we've got, so much footage combined between, thousands and thousands of hours of video and thousands upon thousands of pictures. And just putting them together is the fun part, I think.
Well, it's also like when we got together, we searched for other families that shared our family dynamic, that were blended as we were. And unfortunately, we didn't find too much of that out there. And so we thought, well, why not make our own and open it up to other people, and maybe we'll find our community that way. And we've been pretty successful that way, because we have found a lot of other blended families now.
Yeah. That also kind of gives us an opportunity, to create these family projects and incorporating all the members. A video on Dominique or with Mateo, or a video with Max. And even if they're not in front of the camera, they're offering tremendous help behind the scenes as well.
Yes, the ones that you don't see as often are actually behind the scenes, giving us ideas and suggestions and helping. So it makes a project that we can all contribute to, and it's also kind of bonding.
Absolutely. When they're here, it's great. We work as a team, and even when we're not, we still consult and chat and FaceTime and all that kinds of stuff. So everybody's involved, and it's another reason for us to get together. Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's great.
And also, I feel like later on, we'll be able to come back to these videos and watch
absolutely
what we were doing this day 2 years ago.
Yeah. Just
like like what Facebook does. We actually have our own.
More evidence. We've got a trail of evidence behind us here. All right, let's see. Next question that we've got here from another anonymous. What do you enjoy most and least about the vlog?
All right, I enjoy the editing part the most. I'm usually the one that edits our videos. I mean, we both do.
We both have.
But I enjoy it more than Randy does. Randy.
No. I enjoy just as well. I do. I have a lot of fun with it. I enjoy incorporating foreign clips.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All kinds of stuff.
You like doing all
sources.
that fancy
bits
stuff
from SNL and other stuff and Thug Life kind of clips, and that's all fun. I enjoy that a lot too. But I think probably just creating new fun memories, taking the things that we do on a day-to-day basis and just tweaking it and spicing it up and having some fun with it. And kind of feel like we look like celebrities, like in a video and a music video sometimes. It's fun. Like the last one we did.
The kids, for the kids. I don't actually. I feel like the complete opposite of like a celebrity. So here's the part that I dislike.
All right.
About it is that I don't like putting myself out there like that, because I feel like I open myself up to criticism, and so you help me a lot with that, and because really what we're doing is, we're allowing people to comment and to see our lives, because even though, we spice it up and this is what we really do. This is how our life really is. Yeah. And if someone says something that's not so constructive, you are really criticizing my life.
But we have an agreement. We decided to go with this. We're putting it out there. We're sharing it with you all. And so far, it's been a wonderful ride, and we've got some tremendous feedback from a lot of our followers, and we love you for it. And we want to keep giving you great content, so your interaction is very pivotal.
Yeah.
And we really want to keep that coming. So that's why we're doing this Q&A. We want that interaction, so if you have some questions, throw them at us. We'll put them into our next Q&A. And if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe and follow. Hit that bell, and you'll be notified.
That's actually very fun. Like the interaction, seeing other people, other families that enjoy our vlogs, that make suggestions, and like the interaction is also really fun. Yeah. I'm just sensitive sometimes.
It can be, but you know what? That stuff has hardly ever happened. We've got
no, it really hasn't. It's all in my head. It's just I'm imagining it actually, because no one's ever said anything negative, it's a fear. But you help me with that.
That's good. Next question we got: how do you help adult children make wise choices about relationships?
Ooh, okay.
Again, that's adult children, so I may have to defer this to you, but I still have something to say about that.
All right. Well, I feel like as a mom, all I can do is listen. Unless someone is really bad for my child or is harming my child, I have to respect their decisions on who they select. And all I can do is listen. And when asked for advice, I give advice. I don't try to push my agenda and my opinions too harshly, because, again, I go back to thinking how I was when I was younger, and how every time that my parents didn't approve of someone, that made me want that person more. And so I take from that and understand that My opinion is not the important thing here. It is offering support to my child, and and making them aware of things, perhaps, but in a not negative way, just kind of in conversation and when asked. I don't just offer my opinion.
You know what I like to do?
What?
I'm sorry, I mean to.
No, it's okay.
I like to plant subtle seeds. Just throw a little something in there. Oh yeah, by the way,
Like, what's up with his teeth?
Yeah, or not necessarily that, but things just like he didn't think of you when he made that decision, did he? It was kind of a little selfish move. All right, well, let's keep moving, talk about something else, and just a little subtle seed, and that'll point out some things, because when kids start dating and they get into this blissful stage, and I mean, you know what? It's not just kids that go through that bliss. Everybody goes through that happy joy first 2, 4, 3, 4 months where you just don't see anything except what you want to see. And when your kids get to that phase and they start going on a dating, and you may not be so happy with the person that they chose, you don't want to be so bold and be like, no way, but you may just want to open yourself up, and those little subtle seeds could actually pay off in the long run.
Yeah, well, also, I feel like, everyone comes into your life to teach you something about yourself. So I don't think that every experience, even though it may not be great, is a negative one, because I think that you take something from everyone that encounters and that comes into your life. And I feel that that's how you will get to the person that you really should be with. So you're not going to find that person unless you've experienced others. So you kind of have to let them see that for themselves. You can't live life for them.
No, I agree 100%. So bottom line, gotta let them live.
Mm-hmm. Let them make those mistakes.
Don't try to steer them too aggressively, but subtle seeds.
Sprinkle seeds.
Sprinkle seeds. All right. Great question. Let's go to the next one. How do you step back and allow your children to make their own decisions when you know it isn't the wisest?
Kind of similar to the last one.
Kind of similar. They have to make their mistakes. This much we do know.
Yeah.
Because every time you tell them to not do something, what's the kid's knee-jerk reaction? They're going to want to do it.
You did it. We all did it.
My father told me, don't join a fraternity. I joined a fraternity. Just an example. It wasn't the greatest decision. I probably could have done without it just as well. But, it was just to prove a point. So I don't want to do that to my kids.
But unless it's something that they're doing that's morally wrong
or legally,
yeah, then adamantly intervene.
Got to put your foot down.
And put your foot down and let them know that if they proceed with this behavior, they will not have your support.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I want. My kids commit any crime, don't expect any money in the commissary. Not happening.
No, that I don't think I want to see that happening.
No.
Either. My kids are young, but when they get to that phase, that age, rather, I put my foot down. That's the end of that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right. Good question. We got another one. This one also from Anonymous. Let me see. How do you handle bad attitude from your kids? Well, should I start this one?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, what I'm known for is stay calm.
Oh, too calm.
Sometimes too calm, but you gotta stay calm.
But you know what's a scary calm though? Because his voice stays like down here. Dominique, I spoke to you. I said, well, it's almost scarier than me. Like, ah!
You gotta stay calm. I mean, overreacting never solves anything. You cut your finger. It's like screaming. It doesn't help anything. Just okay, we deal with it.
That's the medic in you.
That's the medic in me. I can't help that. So the other thing that I have always maintained in our relationship and in the relationship I have with my children is to be honest. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. If they have to go to the doctor to get shots, I'm going to tell them, you may get 1, you may get 2 shots, but this is what's going to happen. My daughter recently had an accident. She chipped a tooth. She asked me, is this the way my tooth is going to be forever? And we had to talk about it. I said, no, we're going to go to the dentist. We're going to fix it. And you may need to get that numbing gas. Oh, I don't want the laughing. She cried about that. I'm being honest. And by the time we got there, she was really cool about the whole thing. She kind of knew what to expect. And so now we have a plan to get it fixed, and we're going to be beautiful again. It's going to be wonderful. So be honest, break things down. So it makes sense to them. They
even
gotta
if they're gonna
understand
give
it.
you some pushback, just
The pushback is to be expected, but if you tell them the way that things are going to be, then there are no surprises.
yeah, and they're gonna adjust. Now, here's the thing that I don't accept. I don't accept disrespect. So a bad attitude, if you're in a bad mood, or if you want to be by yourself, that's fine. Walk away. You don't like that I told you need to do something. Okay. Now, one thing I won't allow is for a child to raise their voice at me or to slam things, throw things. None of that. No disrespect.
No
Actually,
violence.
I think one of my children once slammed a door, and I went and got a screwdriver and unhinged the door and took the door off. Now they had no door to slam.
Yeah.
And they had to earn their door
And
back.
how long did it stay that way?
I think it stayed like that a very long time. I don't think I could put the door back, actually.
I think I remember putting the door back.
Yeah, you did.
I did. All right. Hopefully that helped you.
Yeah.
That was another great question. We have Lady Grace with some questions. I think she's got 4 questions for us, so let's tackle them one at a time.
Okay.
How do we meet?
Okay, so... Okay, we'll give a little bit more detail.
Okay. Well, we did meet online. We did, we were both single, and we set up profiles online, and our profiles crossed.
No, our profiles didn't cross. I found him.
Oh, that's actually very true. That's very true. I set
because he
up...
didn't want. Wait a second. He had on his bio, if you're not within a 15-mile radius of me, don't bother contacting me.
It didn't say don't bother. It said... I would
say?
prefer that you be within my 15-mile radius. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. And the reasoning I did that is not because anything other than my children. Anything other than my children. And it was, I didn't want to have to travel great distances for something that could or may not work, because it would ultimately just take time away from my kids. So that was my logic behind that. And I know how it may seem on your end, but that was what it was on my end.
That's not how I saw it, but the rest of his profile made up for that. And I wasn't within his 15-mile radius.
Absolutely not.
It was more like 45 miles. But he still came out. We met at dance school, and we're
a Latin dance school.
Yeah, and we're still dancing today.
Yeah, that was great. So that's how we met. Hopefully that answers that question. And now another question is and
nobody's asked this question, so that's a really good question, because I think people are confused.
With this next question?
Yeah.
Oh, well, whose kids are whose?
Yeah, because we got a bunch of kids.
I haven't said it yet. Whose kids are whose? Okay, let's go from the bottom to the top. Mateo.
Yours.
Mine. Dominique.
Yours.
Mine. Max.
Mine.
Chelsea.
Mine.
Andy.
Andy or Alex. Mine.
All right.
So I have 3. The 3 older ones are mine. The 2 younger
ones are mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was a good question.
Yeah,
and
nobody had asked that.
A very important question that we have not been asked yet. Well, yeah, I don't think we've been asked that question yet.
No, nobody is. So Lady Grace is asking good questions.
Yeah. Do we have kids together?
Yeah, we do. We haven't introduced them to you guys yet.
Let me get them.
You're going to wake them up?
I'm going to get them.
Are you sure? Yeah, I'm going to get them. All right, this is an exclusive. We have not introduced our children to you because they're really young and they sleep early, and they're not I don't know. In my opinion, they're not ready. But all right, Andy. Randy wants to introduce our kids.
All right, and here they are.
So here are our kids. That's Peanut and Pepper.
And they're not rats. They're hamsters.
That I refuse to touch.
So these are our little...
those are our little babies together.
So we figured we'd share them with you.
I think you've seen them before. Dominique showed them once before. Don't mix up their cages. No. Yeah. So of the humankind, no. We do not have. But we do have our little... We call them rice.
Half rat, half rice.
Dominique hates when we call them that.
So we've got those two grandbabies, or if you will, and we've had since we've been together, pretty much.
Yeah, but we do not have biological children together.
No, we don't. But that was a good question. Thank you for that. I want to have a little fun with that. I think this is our last question, also from Lady Grace, and it says, "Where are we from, nationality-wise?" Go ahead.
Well, I am of Dominican descent. Both my parents were born in the Dominican Republic. I was born in the U.S., but I consider myself Dominican.
And I am a virtual mutt. If I go back just one generation to my parents, both of them were born in Haiti. And most of you are thinking, what? He doesn't look like he's Haitian? Because I get that all the time. And that's fine.
What are Haitians?
Because you know what? There is no more cookie cutter mold. And that's going to be a whole nother topic on another time. But for simplicity's sake, both of my parents were born in Haiti. But prior to that, it's a mix of European descent and I have a Haitian grandfather. So safe to say my parents were born in Haiti, so I will claim the Haitian line. But we are doing an ancestry DNA, and I want to give that exclusive feedback when the results come in.
I have my results already. So we're just waiting for his. And just like you, I am a complete, like mine was 2 pages long. So we're responding as nationality. I identify as Dominican, but the reality of it is that Dominican people are a little bit of everything.
And as we're learning now in this discussion that, I'm in the same boat. So I will have much more detail when the results come in, probably in a couple of weeks, and maybe we can incorporate that in the next Q&A.
Yeah.
These were some really, really great questions. We want to thank all of our watchers and listeners.
Thank you
for the great stuff that you've given us, and we look forward to some more. Yeah,
you guys made it tough for us this time.
It's getting more interesting as we go.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're good with it because we are a real family and we're pretty transparent, and we have children in different age groups, so I feel comfortable with the questions regarding adult children and younger children as well.
Yeah, so keep them coming. Keep them coming, and we will keep the content rolling.
We'll have another Q&A next month because we're going to make this a monthly thing, right?
I think so. Makes sense.
Yes, and we may share this as a podcast. We're still experimenting with that. So.
All right, so stay tuned, y'all. Come back again. Stay with us on our Instagram. Stay with us on our YouTube page.
And on Facebook also. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And comment. Yeah, we'd love your feedback.
Yes.
Give us some feedback. Put something down there so we can respond to.
All right.
Good night, all.
Bye.
See you next time.